Hey YouTube, I want to make another quick video. There's kind of crunching for time, but I wanted to continue on with my 2016 predictions, and this one's concerning 3D printers. And unfortunately, I think I'm really disappointed that 3D printers is not really taken off. I thought it was going to take off like computers have when they were first introduced. Just keep building steam, and they might still, but um, they're going to continue to fade and not really catch any traction. We're going to lose. They're going to start losing. A lot of companies put a lot of money to build these things up, and even Dremel's come out with one, which I thought was really cool, and they're just not taking off. They're too expensive, which I don't think is the reason why they're not getting in. Because I think it's totally cool. To me, it's almost like the fax machine was when it came in. Because here I can design something, you could download a file, and you could reproduce what I was designed anywhere in the world if you have a 3D printer. And to me, that's just phenomenal. It should just, I don't understand why it didn't just break through. And like if a little plastic piece on your phone breaks, talking about like a regular handheld desktop phone, you could maybe find somebody to design that for you and have it to reprint this little plastic piece. As it is now, as you know, as if something on your phone broke, um, you can't get a piece for it. You have to buy a whole new phone, which is kind of ridiculous. For a little 25-cent piece that got broken, you just can't get a hold of it. Same with like maybe you lose a keyboard key or something like that. It becomes a real big problem to replace just a which probably costs a penny to make. But they make them in bulk, but you can't get access to those replacement parts, short of trying to cannibalize one from another keyboard or another computer. Anyways, so I think that the reason why they're not taking off or didn't take off is because the software is hard to use, and there's not a good place that's easily accessible, that's a non-hassle free way to get um, the files you want to print stuff and stuff that you want to print. Um, Maybe a good analogy is you look how many when MP3s first came out, how many I don't know what word I want to use, but basically websites that were saying, hey, here's all the popular MP3s, and it was like really easy to use. Just type in the song you're looking for, boom, download it, and in a way that's a weird, good parallelism or analogy to the 3D printer, except you're dealing with music obviously and stuff, but the reproducibility of it just took off like wildfire, and that's what needs to happen for 3D printers to work. I mean, you should be able to. Somebody needs. There should be websites out there where you can just get parts that you need that people built, so you don't have to worry too much about intellectual property, which is a whole different discussion. Um, but like, let's say the door handle on your car broke. Why isn't there a site that I can just put in, door handles for cars and put in my thing, and somebody design one? Might even be cooler than the original one, and I might end up replacing all mine because I like the newer design. That hasn't happened, and again, it's hard to get easy to use software that you can just design something. And there might be some out there, but if there is, the masses aren't seeing it, and I think that's why it's hard to design a 3D product and make it to will work. It takes a lot of energy to do it, and people are like, I'm just not. I think people are just not willing to. They design something really cool, and then they just want um, kind of like to get rich off of it, and so they put when you want to do that, there's no demand yet for their product, and they're already putting barriers of entry to their product. Um, and I'm talking about people who design stuff, and it's not necessarily them. There's not a good um, place to put these. There are a couple places that you can upload files, but you look what's up there, and there's nothing I need up there. It's all the same old kind of weird stuff. Oh, here's a rhinoceros. Well, that's kind of cool, but I want something practical, like a handle for my refrigerator or something like that. Um, and because of that, I think that's why it really hasn't taken off. A fax machine was really easy to use. You stuck a piece of paper in it. Well, actually, a lot of them are hard to use, but you stuck a piece of paper in it. You put in a phone number, and boom, it would do its thing, and it would come out reproduced on the other end. You didn't need any, like I say, a lot of them were really bad, but the idea was so easy that anybody could be taught to use it. Unfortunately, I've seen a lot of poorly implemented fax machines, but there are a few out there that work really good. And once you try one of those, you're like, well, why can't they all just be this easy? And unfortunately, Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked there, but the concept is really easy. A television set, very complicated thing, but people understood. Okay, I turn it on and I turn it down. I get channels, and all the complexity was hidden from the user. That what happens has to happen for 3D printing to take off. Till that time, it's going to be there. It's going to be in a niche market where guys like me, if I had the funds, I'd get one. But I think I'd already run into the problem where, okay, I got it all set up, running. I can print the demo thing. It's really cool. Now I need to design something. I just don't have the skill set to design a 3D product that I need printed. And then I got to start finding somebody else to do it for me. And then I end up paying more than I would have just, gone out and started buying stuff. Like, say, it costs you $2,000 to get up and running, and I have no idea because that might get you the hardware. But then there's other things like your nozzle might not work right, so you get a replacement part. You need the filament, and then there's other hidden costs that you don't only see, like the power bill associated with it and stuff like that. The cool factor is way cool, but all said and done, if you took that $2,000 and you're just trying to make a $50 part, maybe it was a piece out of your car engine that broke or something that's made out of plastic, you could have just gone down and got an OEM part probably for that, and still had the rest of the $2,000 to $3,000 you were to spend trying to reproduce that thing that's not going to probably be as good as the OEM one. Problem is a lot of times you can't get the part you're trying to get, and that's where 3D printing really would shine if they go after those hard to get parts, and people could actually make lots. It would be a totally cool industry. So many things that could happen with 3D printers. That's I'm really disappointed. Let me look at my notes real quick. So I'm going to say 3D printers will continue to fade unless, I hope I'm not showed up on screen, continue to fade unless the software becomes way easier to use, or there's like a download and print site that's super easy to use to where you don't have to be the creator of the product. You just, it becomes like a laser printer. Somebody else writes a document, you get a PDF, boom, it prints out. If it becomes that easy, then 3D printers will take off. But until they get the software for easy design stuff or an easy, inexpensive place to get printable files, 3D printers is going to continue to fade, unfortunately. And I really wish that technology would take off. And it might down the future, but not until those two things happen. Anyway, so that's my unfortunate prediction on 3D printers is they're going to continue to fade. And they might go extinct, although it's such a cool technology, I almost can't see that happening, but cool technologies have faded away in the past. Sometimes in the future they'll come back, so hopefully we'll see 3D printers come back in the future in a few years. So maybe 5 years from now the technology will change, but right now they're going to continue to fade. Sorry about that, but I don't make the future, I only predict them. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and if you subscribe, you'll see more videos as they come out. Thank you for watching.